Do you remember I told you that sometimes the companies which are inside the same industry, even the same market, don't feel to be competing against each other? Do you remember the case I told you about Prada and Primark? Does Prada really compete against Primark? Because when the competitive variables are so different, we feel that they don't compete against each other. I mean, we compete that Prada is competing against Carolina Herrera, or competing against Dior or Chanel, but not competing against Primark. And maybe Primark is competing against Zara or competing. Okay, could be more like that. Okay, so we need sometimes to define an additional level in order to analyze the competitive environment. So it's not about analyzing the entire market. It's about analyzing which firms inside that entire market are using the same competitive variables as we are. We are going to call these strategic groups. A strategic group is a group of firms inside an industry, inside a market, which are homogeneous from a strategic point of view. I mean, they use the same competitive variables. Well, how do we perform this analysis? First of all, we have to analyze, to identify, which are the most important strategic dimensions, okay, in order to build them up. So we need to identify a lot of them, and then we have to choose, two of them to have to access a bidimensional space. So imagine that we are talking about the food retail industry, as we were dealing with. Okay, which are the most important competitive variables? What do firms compete on? Well, first of all, price, clearly price. Another could be service, the service they give you and so on, okay? Another could be the quality of the fresh food. It's really important when you choose a place to buy your food, the quality of the fresh food. Another could be the range of products. If they have got a wide availability and variety of products so that you can choose. Another could be what we call convenience, and it's about being close to your home and to be open frequently. Okay? Well, amongst these ones and other ones you could think about, we choose the two most important from our point of view, or from a survey that has been created about it, or whatever. Okay? In this case, we're going to choose, let's say, price and convenience. Okay? We put these two ones on the axis of a map. We create this bidimensional space. And now we are going to draw there these strategic groups. We are going to say, okay, which kind of different establishments, which kind of different places do we buy food at? Okay, we can say we have got supermarkets. Supermarkets are, let's say, somehow cheap, okay, close to cheap, talking about the price, and close to have a not wide range of products, okay? But they are talking about convenience, they are convenient. Normally they are open frequently and close to your house. So, another could be hypermarkets. Hypermarkets are not especially close to your house, but are especially cheap. Then we have got these traditional markets with the baker, the butcher, and so on. Okay, normally they are close to your house, but not especially cheap. Then we have got gourmet shops. Gourmet shops, they are not necessarily close to your house and not necessarily cheap. They compete in some other things, okay? Then we have got, let us say, okay, so we consider all the places where we shop, where we buy our food, okay? And we paint them in the map. And what do we do with them? Well, remember the 5 forces model analysis? Well, we carry out a new analysis, a new 5 forces model analysis, but inside a strategic group. So inside hypermarkets or inside supermarkets, okay? Comparing us with the rest of supermarkets in order to analyze, talking about supermarkets, which are the threats and opportunities, okay? So we have got the 5 forces analysis of the entire industry, and we have got the 5 forces analysis of the strategic group, okay? Well, finally, there's another technique. We are just going to tiptoe, okay, slightly over it, okay, and it's the analysis of the competitors. This is normally called competitive intelligence, okay. So the thing is that, imagine that in our industry we have got 1 or 2 competitors which are especially relevant for us, that we feel that are the ones who are closer to us, okay, because we feel that their products are clearly similar to us. Or for instance, we are a bar and the bar which is next door. Hmm. It's interesting to analyze some specific competitors, not all the industry and not even the strategic group. Okay, so we focus on analyzing some competitors because there are just a few competitors, or because we feel that these ones are our main threat, or because we want to be like them. We want to be like them and they are a reference for us. Okay? So we carry out this competitive intelligence analysis in order to gather information and try to anticipate their behaviors. Well, what do? Well, we analyze their objectives, their strategic objectives, not maximizing the value of shareholder funds. No, 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 no. These SMART goals. Okay? We analyze their strategy. Which are the foundations of their strategy, how they are competing. We analyze their assumptions about the industry, if they think that the industry is going to grow or not, or what. We analyze their resources and capabilities, if they imagine what I told you about the barns, if they have got a good chef, or the waiters, or the beer they serve, or whatever, okay? And finally, we make predictions about their behavior and about how it's going to be the competition in the industry. So this is the competitive intelligence. It's in order to know specifically how our main competitors are going to work. So with this, we finish lesson 5.